Hello, so here we are, just off Sandy Island, which is behind me, and then Sandy Island's right off the coast of Kariuku, which is in front of me, and, yeah, Sandy Island's one of the few places where you have to pick up a mooring ball, because it's a marine national park, and they don't want you damaging any of the coral or the reefs or anything, so yeah, we finally got a chance to film, a video of how we pick up a mooring ball, and, what we do to pick it up, and yeah, so yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and yeah. So the first thing you need to do before you even get into the mooring field is get ropes ready. We put two ropes at both of the bows, port and starboard bow, and then we put them so the ends of them are easily in reach. Each rope should be at least 20 feet long. And we always make it so that the ends are very accessible, so you can do it in a hurry, put the end through the loop in a hurry. And we usually pick the mooring ball up on the starboard side just because it's a little easier for us for me to see when I'm driving the boat. So we always do it on the starboard bow. Try to anyways. So now we're bringing the port rope over that's tied to the cleat. On the other side, we'll bring that over. And make sure not to get the port and starboard lines tangled up, because that wouldn't be very good if you're trying to pick up a mooring ball and that's tangled up. And then once you do that, you can get your mooring ball hook stick and put that in place, and then you're ready to go into the mooring field. So yeah. So one of the things you always have to remember when we are approaching a mooring ball is you have to we go very slow. You don't want to be going too fast. So first you line yourself up, you line the boat up into the wind. Not like there is much wind here, but if there was much wind, you would point the boat into the wind and then slowly approach the mooring ball. And here's a view from the spreaders, which is about halfway up our mast. So you slowly approach the mooring ball. And you can see on our catamaran, and you can see how wide it is. You always approach the mooring ball on the side that your crew member that's getting the mooring ball with the mooring ball stick is on. So as you can see, my dad's on the starboard side, so I approach the mooring ball so it's on the starboard side, right where my dad is, right in front of my dad. So what you do, you pick up the painter with your mooring ball hook, which is that light gray thing, and then you put the starboard side rope that you prepared earlier through the painter loop on the mooring ball. Then you take that starboard side rope over to the starboard side front cleat and tie it on. Then you take the port side rope that you prepared earlier and put that through the loop. Then we like to throw all of our lines overboard once they're tied, so you have nothing to trip over. And then you take your port side rope once you put it through the loop over to the port side cleat, which is right there, and you tie it on. And another thing, you never leave the helm when you're approaching the mooring ball unless you are single-handed, because if you leave the helm, then the boat can drift, which is not good. So like my dad gives me a thumbs up when the boat is tied up to the mooring ball, and I know that I can go up front. And then after we're on the mooring ball, I like to go up and just check everything and make sure everything is secure. And make sure nothing is, everything looks good on the ball and everything looks good. So I like to check the knots on the cleats, so you can see I'm checking the starboard side cleat, and then I'll go check the port side cleat, like that. Make sure the knots are good. And then once you do that, I always like to look at the mooring ball on top of the water and make sure everything looks okay. The ropes look good, and the mooring ball looks good, and the shackles look good. And then once that's done, I always like to what we do is we take a dive and we look at the mooring ball and make sure everything looks secured down below the water line. So yeah, here we are underwater. So things that we check are we always check the mooring ball, make sure that's in good shape. The splices on the mooring ball, make sure those are in good shape. The splices underwater, you can see you don't want to touch it because you can see all the algae and oysters. You can see the splice. Then you can see them diving down to the bottom here to the seafloor where it's attached to the seafloor, and you can see make sure there's a good attachment. And then yeah, and then come back up, and then if everything looks good, then you're good. And yeah. So I went down and dove on the mooring ball, and it looks good. And yeah, everything looks secure. So yeah, and that's the end of my video. So if you like our videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And yeah, now I think I'm gonna head to the beach.